Australian actor Donald MacDonald, one of the beloved pioneers of Australian children's television and a veteran of stage and screen, has died at the age of 86. In the early hours of Monday morning, surrounded by family on the Gold Coast, MacDonald lost his battle with cancer. A name fondly remembered by generations, Donald MacDonald was one of the very first presenters on the iconic ABC program Play School. For many Australian children, he was a familiar, comforting presence on their television screens, guiding them through stories, songs, and imaginative play. His warm voice and gentle manner made him a natural fit for children's television, but Donald's talent went far beyond nursery rhymes and storybooks. Throughout his illustrious career, MacDonald crossed continents and genres, working in both Australia and the United Kingdom. His cousin, fellow actor Paula Duncan, paid an emotional tribute, recalling not just the actor, but the man behind the performances. "Donald was like a big brother to me," Duncan said with a wavering voice. "I grew up with him, he helped train me, shaped my love for storytelling, and ignited my passion for acting." Her words were filled with affection and admiration, speaking of a bond forged both in family and in the shared love of performance. Duncan remembered Donald's incredible comedic timing, his ability to hold an audience with a story, and his sharp sense of humor. "I've had an adoration for him all my life," she said. MacDonald's career spanned decades, and his list of credits read like a history of Australian entertainment. From early roles on shows like The Box and Cop Shop, to his moving performance in A Town Like Alice, Donald proved he could tackle drama with as much ease as comedy. Audiences knew him as the closeted newsreader in The Box, a role that was groundbreaking for Australian television in the 1970s. Show business reporter and longtime friend Craig Bennett recalled the cultural shockwaves that performance created. "It was a sex and sin soap opera back then," Bennett laughed softly, remembering. "People clutched their pearls and grabbed their smelling salts because we didn't hear much of these things on TV back then." Donald was unafraid to take on challenging roles, often ahead of his time, pushing boundaries and representing characters with honesty and sensitivity. As the years rolled on, MacDonald continued to shine in both television and film. His appearances in Rake, Kenny, and Superman Returns introduced him to a new generation of viewers. Despite the breadth and success of his career, Donald remained famously humble. He never sought the spotlight, Duncan shared. He was someone who appreciated life, but never wanted fame for the sake of it. "He would probably shy away from all this attention now." Duncan expressed a bittersweet sadness that much of the media coverage of Donald's career would come only now, after his passing. "It's kind of sad in a way," she reflected. "All this media is going to come out now. I wish it had come when he was alive, so he could see how much he was loved and respected." In addition to his acting, Donald MacDonald was a gifted writer. He penned plays and novels, adding another dimension to his already remarkable career. His creative talents extended behind the camera and onto the page, where he continued to tell stories with wit and heart. Friend and entertainment journalist Craig Bennett described sharing a final moment with Donald just days before his passing. "We had a little cheers in the hospital on the weekend," Bennett said. "He was still smiling, still charming, even while battling cancer. That's just who he was." MacDonald's early beginnings were in Sydney, where he quickly made a name for himself in the theatre scene before transitioning to television and film. His theatre work was lauded for its emotional depth and powerful presence on stage. Colleagues often spoke about his dedication to craft, his professionalism, and his unwavering kindness to cast and crew alike. For those who worked alongside him, Donald wasn't just a co-star, he was a mentor, a friend, and often a source of laughter in between takes. He had a remarkable ability to make people feel at ease, whether it was fellow actors, production staff, or his young audience on Play School. Many Australians today still remember sitting cross-legged in front of the television, watching Donald guide them through craft activities, story time, and songs. His storytelling voice, calm and clear, has stayed with people long after childhood faded. For Duncan, the memories of growing up with Donald include both family gatherings and professional collaborations. She recalled watching him rehearse scripts, write his plays, and coach younger performers. "He gave so much," Duncan said. "Not just on screen, but behind the scenes too. He was always willing to help others find their voice." Donald's contribution to Australian arts was not just in the roles he played, but in the lives he touched. Actors today cite him as an influence, audiences remember him fondly, and fellow creatives mourn the loss of a man who always had time for others. As tributes pour in from across the entertainment industry, many have shared personal stories about Donald's generosity, humor, and incredible work ethic. Casting directors remember him as reliable and transformative, able to bring depth to even the smallest of roles. Writers speak of his ability to breathe life into dialogue, making every line memorable. Fans continue to flood social media with their memories of growing up watching him, of seeing him on stage, or catching a glimpse of him on television well into his later years. For many, Donald MacDonald wasn't just an actor, he was part of the cultural fabric of Australia's entertainment history. As arrangements for his funeral begin, friends and family are focusing on celebrating a life filled with creativity, generosity, and a love for storytelling. Paula Duncan says she takes comfort knowing that his legacy will live on, both in his work and in the memories of those who knew him. "There will never be another Donald," she said quietly. "He was one of a kind."